Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. Well, today, as of the day I'm posting this video, it is my birthday, and in the past few months I've been actually reflecting on the past decade and how to make the next decade of my life very tangible and very effective. Today I will be sharing lessons that I've learned specifically in this year. So if that sounds exciting, let us get right into it. The first lesson I'll be sharing with you today is the lesson of foresight that I've learned. Earlier this year, I met with two great people that ended up being mentors to me. They have guided me all through this year and have helped me in making my decisions this year. They have helped me in guiding me through the activities of this year and the things I'm going through in this season of my life. And one of the major lessons I've learned from them is the lesson of foresight. Now, one of my first encounters with them, first talking about how they have long-term goals and how they are preparing for those new seasons of the next seasons of their lives. So the lesson I learned was that each season you're in is not just a season that you should enjoy and capitalize on, but it's also a preparation for the next season that is to come. And if you remember in my previous video, I talked about a video that I made a couple of months ago where I was talking about how change is inevitable and it is important for us to prepare for the change, to brace for the changes that are going to come. Funny enough, I also heard this lesson from Vusi Tembekwayo. That is one of the important things to do when facing challenges or when there are going to be changes in your life. When you are transiting from one season of your life to another season of your life, it is important to anticipate those changes and brace for impact. Moving on to the second lesson, I learned this year that the only limitation I have to my growth, to my development, and to my becoming the best version of myself is me. I'm the only one that is limiting myself. Every other thing that is beyond my control don't have so much impact as does everything that I control. Now, this lesson is a bit tricky, but you can understand if you ride with me. In life, there are things we can control and things we cannot control. We focus a lot on things we cannot control, which leads us to bringing up excuses, putting the blames on other people apart from ourselves. But we fail to understand and to remember that actually we are responsible for our growth. We are responsible for all the decisions that we take. We should be proactive and take responsibilities for all the failures we have faced, for all our successes, for all the challenges that we face. And having that sense of responsibility will help us when we are making decisions, when we are facing challenges, and it will help us to make the right challenges that will move us to where exactly we want to be in life. Moving on to the third lesson, this lesson came from an experience that I could have just overlooked, but it's something that the Holy Spirit helped me to magnify and actually analyze everything that happened that day. So one of my mentors publicly praised me for something that I did, and ever since then, that particular thing that he praised, that particular character that he praised in me was being tested every single time. And I discussed this with him, and he told me that yes, that is how life is, that whatever you are praised at, if they say you are the richest man in the world, there are going to be challenges that we will face that will want to attack that quote-unquote fact. So the lesson is, whatever you're being praised for is not something to just look away from. That okay, yes, I have a medal in this, then I can move on to another thing to get better. Well, it is very tempting for me to want to think like that, but getting accolades for one area of my life doesn't mean I have passed the tests that will come in that area. It only opens me up to more and more and more tests in that particular area. The fourth lesson is something I learned while relating with people, and the lesson is you don't have to be a villain in anybody's story, and you don't have to be a hero either. It is okay to be just a waka pass. And when I say waka pass, my Nigerian folks will understand. Waka pass is someone who doesn't have a role in a movie, that his role is just to maybe pass by the camera as an extra character, just to make the movie interesting, So it is okay to actually be a waka pass in someone's story. And if you cannot be a hero in someone's story, you don't have to be a villain. You can just be a, well, waka pass. But it's also important that you try to make impact in people's lives as you meet them. But if you can't meet them, it's okay to just pass by, but don't be a villain. You don't have to be a villain. Moving on to lesson number 5. This lesson is one of the lessons I learned very recently. So, a couple of months ago, I registered for a public speaking competition, and after the first stage of the competition, I felt a little bit validated, well, because I qualified for the next round of the competition, and also because I was handpicked and given and commended for some certain qualities I portrayed in the public speaking competition. So a few months after, I got another opportunity to compete in another public speaking competition, but I missed the deadline to make an entry for the auditioning stage, and I was really beating myself up for making that mistake. But the Holy Spirit then asked me, why are you beating yourself up? Is it because of the reward? And I was like, honestly, it was because of the reward I was beating myself up. I missed out on an opportunity to win that money. So the Holy Spirit asked me again that, so after winning the money, what else do you get? And then I started thinking, and well, I was thinking I'll get validation from competing in a public speaking contest, but I soon understood that all these competitions do not bring validation. And if you are competing in anything, if you are in any race or in any competition, if you have any skill at all, the most important thing is that your skill is serving a purpose. Your skill is serving a divine purpose that is more than you, more than the accolades, the awards that you ever get, but it is serving a deeper purpose. So from then on, I then decided in my heart to channel whatever skill, talent, gift I have. I am going to channel it to the purpose of God. So those are 5 lessons I learned in this year, among so many other lessons that I learned. And if any of these lessons resonate with you, do well to put it in the comment section, and you can also share me a couple of lessons that you have learned in this year. So happy birthday to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.